Welcome back to another tutorial over here at unhingedprops.com. Today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys a proper way to eat cereal and pizza.
What you want?
Now actually, today's tutorial is step one in creating the armature for a tombstone. So we're just going to use these common household products, which are cereal boxes and a Casey's box. So this is a medium-sized pizza from Casey's box that we've got. I've got a Honey Nut Cheerios box. It's a bonus box. The size of this, it's hard to tell you. It's a bonus box from Sam's, so it had two things of cereal in it, so it's a little bit bigger than the standard box. And then these are just a couple of Captain Crunch boxes, standard size. So this is what we're going to use to start our armature for our tombstone today. Hope you enjoy. Okay, the supplies we're going to need will be 3 cereal boxes, 2 that are the same size, 1 that's a little bit bigger, 1 medium pizza box, a hot glue gun, hot glue sticks, tape, a box knife, measuring tape, yardstick, marker, newspaper, and of course, paper mache paste. So the first thing we're going to do is tape up our boxes so that all the seams are nice and tight and nothing's kind of flopping around. First thing we're going to do is build the base. These 2 boxes are going to be the base of our stone. So the first thing we're going to do is cut a big old hole in this pizza box. Put that cereal box up on there, wanting to measure it out to be about as center as possible. And with this box and this pizza box, that measurement was 1.5 inches by 1/2 inch. So just mark that out, take your yardstick and draw you some good lines. Grab your box knife and then cut out your lines, get your hole cut out so we can insert this cereal box down inside that pizza box, just like that. Now once you get it all flush on the bottom, just take a little masking tape and tape it into place. And flip it over and then tape off all the edges so that nothing wants to move around on you. Voila, base is done. Now let's move on to the rest of the tombstone. First, we're going to take our cereal boxes and put them top to top. And then you want to open one up and open the other one up and then cut the tabs off of one box. That way you can insert basically one box inside the other, or at least inside those flaps. Once you get it in there and centered up, you're just going to take some masking tape and tape it into place. I really enjoy masking tape. Anyway, I cross-hatched that right there just to kind of try to help keep these boxes from sinking in the middle when we go to put mache paste on it later. Now, just like we did on the base, we're going to take this box, center it up, find our measurements, and then cut a hole through that box straight through the center and on the bottom side as well, just like we did on the base. Get it as close to center as you can, that way the stone looks pretty well even. Once you have that all marked off, just grab your box knife again and cut these pieces out. And there we go, a big old hole right through the middle of our boxes. Now go back, grab your main stone and open up one side of the box and slide it through the hole. Bend those flaps over and then just tape those down to the bottom side of the box. I'll explain more in step 2 why we've left this open on the bottom like that. Now as you can see, that stone's a little wobbly, so we're going to fix that problem with a little bit of masking tape. We'll just come right around the base there and tape that into place as well. So to get our curved edges at the top of the stone, I had a bubblegum lid that fit the boxes pretty well. Just put it on there, centered it out as much as I could, and traced around the edges of it. Pretty simple. Once you got those edges traced, then you're just going to start cutting over that line with a box knife. Now the one thing I wanted to make sure of is I wanted to score from one side to the next where it hit the edges. So taking a ruler, just put it up on the box and score across from one side to the next right where those lines hit each edge of the box. Now that you got those lines in place, just come back, cut your lines. I cut the curves first, and then come back and cut those scores all the way through and remove these two corner pieces, but save them because we're going to need them later. Now we're going to take those corner pieces and glue them to the inside of the top of our stone. These are just here to support the top side of the stone. That way when we go to apply paper mache to it, it won't collapse at the top. That's all they're for, just to provide strength. Now that we got those two pieces in place, we'll just take some 2-inch wide masking tape and tape off these big gaping holes we put in the top of our tombstone. Also, the tape will give us something to apply our strip mache to. Alright, time for the grand finale, the last step, and what we got to do to create this armature. The one step everybody looks forward to that they love so much, because I know I do, and that's applying the strip mache to our armature. Just put paste directly to the armature itself, put on a piece of dry newspaper, smooth it out, put some paste over that, and continue on over and over and over again, one piece at a time, until you have completely covered this tombstone from top to bottom. Remember guys, let this thing dry, set it up. You're going to want to layer this thing up at least 5 or 6 times. That way it's good and strong and rigid. The more layers you have, the stronger this will be. As well, do not forget when the first layer dries to come back and mache the bottom side of the tombstone. Do not forget to mache the bottom side of the tombstone. However, leave that hole open. Don't mache over that, but mache everything else. Alright guys, there we go. Our armature's all done. I'll see you guys next week in step 2 where we add some more detail to this thing. We'll cut some cracks and things like that into it. We'll apply clay over it and be well on our way to being finished up. Until then guys, remember, keep making something from nothing. And I'll see you on the next video. What you want?